Hi, I'm Scott with Nickel Electrical. Today we're going to talk about smoke detectors, where you can find them in your house, where they should be. If you're looking to buy a house, you want to make sure that the house is equipped with the smoke detectors to protect your family, or you're maybe looking to sell your house and you want to do some upgrades to increase the resale value, or you just in general want to make your house safer than it is right now because your house is maybe a little bit older. With smoke detectors, there are two main types. One is photoelectric and one is ionization. Both smoke detectors function under the same principles, they just have different ways that they sense the smoke. So with photoelectric, it actually has a beam of light and a light sensor, and they're set at different angles, and as the smoke enters the chamber, it disperses the light and allows the light to go into the light sensor, and that's what actually sets the smoke detector off. It's designed for smoldering fires, detecting a fire before it actually becomes a fire, typically the kind of fires that happen at night when you're sleeping. The other form of smoke detector is ionization, which works off the principle of having two electric plates that are electrically charged, and it attracts the particles, and that's what actually sets the smoke detector off. Smoke detectors can be powered two different ways. They can be powered by a 9-volt battery, or they can be powered with 120 volts from your house with a 9-volt battery backup. They both function, as I said, if you get an ionization that is battery power and an ionization that is 120 volt and 9 volt, they function the same. The difference being that with the 120 volt one, they are typically interconnected. So if you were to have two smoke detectors that with 120 volt between them and they are interconnected, if you have an alarm that goes off on the first floor and you have a smoke detector on your second floor, it will make both smoke detectors go off regardless of where that smoke or fire has occurred. Which is, it's very nice, especially if it happens at night and you have your door closed in your bedroom and there's a fire on the first floor. It'll let you know that there's a fire in your house and you can get out and be a lot safer. Even though it has 120 volt, you still do need to change the battery out. Speaking of batteries, you should change them out probably at least twice a year. Typically the rule of thumb is whenever you do daylight savings time, you should change your smoke detector batteries. Even with the 120 volt and they're not functioning off of the battery unless you lose power, the batteries still have a shelf life. You should change them out just as you would any other. You should also test your smoke detectors once a month. And they have a shelf life of about 10 years. So if your house is older than 10 years and you have smoke detectors in there already, you should probably change those out. They last about 10 years. That's what NFPA suggests that you change them out. If you do change them out, change them all out at the same time and make sure that you use the same manufacturer. This is especially the case if they are 120 volt interconnected. You should always use the same manufacturer for all your smoke detectors because there's no guarantee if you use two different brands that they'll function properly as they should. The places where you should typically see smoke detectors are, there should be one on every level of your house, there should be one in every bedroom, and one outside of every sleeping area of your house. So your hallway, just outside your bedrooms, you should have a smoke detector. If your hallway is longer than 40 feet, you should have one on each end. If you have one outside your kitchen, it should be at least 20 feet away from any of your cooking devices, your oven, stuff like that, because what will happen is you'll have nuisance alarms. Another thing to notice is if you have one in your hallway upstairs and it's outside of a bathroom, it should be at least 3 or 4 feet away from your bathroom doors or anything that is humid, creates steam. So the same thing goes for your dishwasher too, because it'll cause nuisance alarms. One of the things about nuisance alarms is it happens, people get complacent. As it goes off and you don't actually have a smoke detector, it's very important that you react as if it was a real fire. Thank you for watching. Tune in for our next video.